Two business owners, same industry, same starting point. One invests £40,000 in AI early and makes $2.3 million in profit over 3 years, and the other waits, spends only $15,000 on better AI tools a bit later on, but only makes $185,000. What made the difference between these two businesses? Timing. The first owner understood something critical. During major tech shifts like AI, it's not about waiting for the technology to get perfect, it's about securing your position before the window closes. Early starter advantage. And right now, we're in the middle of the biggest tech shift since the internet. The question isn't whether AI will transform your industry. The question is, will you be leading that transformation, or will you be scrambling to catch up when it's too late? Hi, I'm Michael James. I help overwhelmed professionals and business owners master their workload with AI and smarter ways of working. I've been a data science and AI consultant for years, helping teams to explore AI even before tools like ChatGPT hit the headlines. Over 130,000 people have taken my online training courses in AI, agile, and smarter work management. I'll show you what solutions are available right now, how to use simple AI tools in powerful ways, and connect you with trusted developers if you want to take things further. In this video, I'm going to show you how the real strategic implications of investing in AI early versus waiting for it to get better. You will see exactly how two identical businesses took different approaches to AI adoption, and why the early mover didn't just make more money, they secured market dominance. You'll discover why moments like this are rare windows where smaller players can leap ahead of established competitors, and most importantly, how to recognize if you're still in time to be the early mover in your industry, or if you're already falling behind. This isn't about technology, this is about strategy, timing, and competitive advantage. Let's dive in. The impact of AI isn't just theoretical, it's reshaping how companies make strategic decisions today. We've covered the capabilities and the future trajectory of AI, but now we need to address the most critical business questions. When is the right time to start integrating AI into your business? And what might happen is that businesses wait too long. So to answer these questions, let's examine two business owners making very different choices about AI timing. Choices that will determine and define their competitive positions for years to come. So firstly, we've got the early adopters journey. Meet Alex, who runs a local delivery service. At the beginning of 2025, her business is steady, but scaling up presents consistent challenges. She's dealing with manual dispatches that create bottlenecks, customer service calls that overwhelm her and her small team, and scheduling headaches that seem to multiply as she grows. Alex faces a decision that many business owners confront. Wait for AI tools to become mainstream and cheaper, or invest early despite the higher costs and potential growing pains. Which does she do? But Alex is forward looking, and she decides instead of waiting to invest early in AI automation, implementing 3 key systems: an AI dispatch and routing system. So that's the first one. Alex installs an AI platform that instantly assigns drivers based on real-time traffic conditions, location proximity, and order priority. These systems keep customers updated automatically, reducing delays and fuel costs whilst optimizing every route. The next one is a smarter customer interaction assistant. So an AI agent now handles her incoming customer inquiries 24/7. Customers get instant answers about delivery times, delays, and answers to their support tickets. So no more missed calls or frustrated customers, or customers that have been waiting for their response out of business hours. The next one she implements is an automated client outreach system. Alex sets up an AI system that reaches out to potential business clients weekly, sharing availability, rates, and scheduling options. It also reactivates older accounts with targeted promotional offers based on their previous usage patterns. From the initial investment and the early results that Alex has seen, she's calculated that the investment totals $40,000, which is a significant commitment for a small delivery business. The first few months present real challenges to overcome. The AI occasionally assigns deliveries to the wrong time windows, requiring manual collections. Her drivers need time to adapt to automated routines and the updates that AI is producing, and some clients are uncertain about interacting with a virtual assistant instead of a human. But it gets better. By month 4, the system stabilizes, the team adapts, and the results become transformative. Delivery schedules run at near full capacity every week with optimized routing. New client acquisition costs drop by over 60% through automated outreach, and net profits double within the first 6 months. By the year's end, Alex adds a new delivery vehicle and expands to a neighbouring city. The early investment and the challenges that were overcome were temporary, but the competitive advantages compound over time. So the other option is the wait and see approach. So now meet Rob, who operates a similar delivery service in a nearby area. Rob recognizes AI's potential and considers implementing similar systems, but instead of acting, he decides to wait, figuring the technology will become cheaper and more reliable over time. He doesn't want those initial challenges that Alex saw. So then fast forward to a few years, 2027, and Rob finally implements his AI system, spending only this time $15,000 on his system. And that's because the AI tools are now more capable and cheaper. The implementation is quick, the systems run well, pretty much well from the start, although there's always going to be a few challenges. And he also benefits from the tools that have already been tested and improved by some of the early adopters like Alex. The changed landscape, though, is a bit of an issue because whilst Rob's setup is easier and cheaper, the competitive landscape has fundamentally now shifted. Alex now leads the local logistics market, operating a fleet of 8 vans and working with major retailers. Most of the best clients and routes are locked into long-term contracts with her established operation. Customer expectations have evolved dramatically. Fast responses, real-time updates, and 24/7 customer support aren't nice to have features anymore. They're baseline expectations that Alex has established with her business. So even with smoother adoption of AI technologies in Rob's business, Rob is finding that his growth is actually quite slow. And this is because he's not building market leadership. He's playing catch up in a market that Alex now actually controls and dominates thanks to her early investment. So let's examine some numbers that can tell the complete story of the early adoption versus late adoption. So let's look at Alex's early investment, which was quite large at $40,000 for the initial setup costs. And by 2025, $400,000 in additional revenue by 2026, thanks to the new technology, and $800,000 in additional revenue by 2027, and over $1 million in additional revenue with a net gain of $2.36 million. Whereas Rob's delayed entering in 2027, he spent $15,000 in AI automation in 2027, but it was a late adopter. He's made $200,000 in additional revenue, which is a net gain of $185,000. The financial comparison is quite striking, but it only tells part of the story. Alex didn't make more money, she secured a market dominance. She built customer relationships, locked in premium contracts, and established operational capabilities that create ongoing competitive moats. Rob saved $25,000 in initial costs, but missed out in the 2.2 or 2.3 million opportunity that Alex seized upon. By the time he moved, the opportunity to lead was gone. He entered a mature market with established players and higher customer expectations and fewer easy wins available. So there you have it, the tale of two business owners that perfectly illustrates the strategic implications of AI timing. Alex invested early, dealt with the imperfect technology, but secured market dominance and made $2.3 million. Rob waited for better, cheaper tools and made $185,000 in a market that already evolved beyond him. The lesson here isn't to wait for AI to become perfect. It's the early positioning during major tech shifts that create advantages that compound over time. So this comparison reveals a crucial truth about technological transformations. Moments like this with AI are major tech shifts which create rare windows where smaller players can leap ahead of established competition. AI is the new playing field, and AI represents exactly this type of transformational opportunity. In fact, it's probably the most disruptive that we've ever seen. So it's not just another business tool, it's a fundamental shift in operational capabilities that will redefine what's possible and how businesses operate. If you want to become a dominant brand in your space, then this is the time to act right now. Early adopters like Alex don't just get better tools, they get to reshape the entire market around new customer expectations and service standards and create dominance. The window is closing though, and once the dust settles from this AI transformation, the game changes completely. We've only got a few years because it is ramping up exponentially and the early adopters are jumping on it right now. So it won't be about getting ahead anymore if you delay, it'll be about catching up in a market where leaders who invested early are already dominating. The companies like Rob that wait face markets where early adopters have already established customer relationships, optimized their operations and built competitive advantages that become increasingly difficult to overcome. So, in conclusion, the lesson is quite clear. Technological transformations like AI create brief but powerful windows of opportunity. The businesses that recognize these moments and act decisively despite higher initial costs and temporary challenges with the new technology get to position themselves to dominate their markets for years to come. The choice isn't really about acting now or acting later. It's about leading the transformation of your industry or following the path that others establish, letting others get ahead in this AI technological future. Okay, so here's what might be keeping you up at night, and if it isn't, maybe it should be. We're still in that rare window where smaller players can actually leap ahead of established competitors, kind of like how Netflix leapt ahead of Blockbuster. But that window is closing fast. Once the dust settles, it won't be about getting ahead anymore, it'll be about catching up. The businesses that understand this are making their moves right now. While their competitors are still debating whether AI is ready, they're securing the market position, locking in clients, and building the operational advantages that will be nearly impossible to overcome later. So if you want to be like Alex, not Rob, here's how I can help you make your first move. Firstly, check out my AI for Business Leaders course on Udemy. Just search for AI for Business Leaders or AI Strategy under Michael James, which is me, and you'll find my course there, or go to learnmanagementonline.com and you can buy it there as well. Second, you can join my school community where you'll see weekly showcases of businesses that are making strategic moves right now. And I also invite developers to show the builds that they're doing so that you can see what's possible and get inspired by what's being built. And if you need hands-on strategic guidance to identify your best early mover opportunities, I offer comprehensive AI transformation services such as business process reviews to help to spot your biggest advantages and where to implement AI. I also offer staff training, and I can also help to be a transformation partner and horizon scan and keep you up to date with the latest opportunities and movements in the AI landscape. Just see the links in the description of this video or visit my website learnmanagementonline.com and have a chat with my virtual assistant chatbot there who can steer you in the right direction. Remember, major tech shifts like this are rare windows of opportunity. The internet created Amazon, Google, and Facebook. Mobile created Uber, Instagram, and WhatsApp. AI is creating the next generation of market leaders right now. The question is, will you be one of them, or will you be watching from the sidelines, wishing that you'd moved forward a little earlier? So don't be Rob, be Alex. The window is open, but it won't stay open forever. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.